Hello everybody, Jared back again, and welcome to another episode of NHL 21 Franchise Mode with your Vancouver Canucks. Alright guys, let's just jump back into this. Okay, so at the end of last episode, we got ourselves in, what is this, our fifth or sixth season? Well, I think it's our fifth season, up to the trade deadline, and we were considering making a half-decent big trade. So we tried our hardest to go for Jack Hughes in our last episode, but I failed. But I am going to succeed. I am going to succeed, and I'm going to try that in a few different ways. Before I jump into this, the trade menu, I want to show you what I want to trade with. Because if we're grabbing Jack Hughes, he's going to be going into our top six. And do remember that we have somebody else that is going to be jumping into our top six as soon as next season. Army X here, he will be jumping in. He is that power forward, and this has been pointed out to me by quite a few people. I believe actually it was J Money Harbert who also pointed this out, and I do know this fact. The way to get +5 on your top six, it's a little bit different on your bottom six, but top six is power forward, playmaker, sniper. Is kind of how it works. Unfortunately, on our team, it's a little bit more difficult because Petey, Horvat, and Gaudette, and Hoglander, and Podkozen are all two-ways. And EA, for some reason, hates two-ways, particularly in your top six, even though having a two-way as a second-line center to go against other top lines makes perfect sense. And they also hate it in defense, which, again, a two-way on defense is amazing. In defense, they really like you to have offensive and defensive defensemen, which is weird that Hughes and Wu are not doing well. It's because Wu does really well on that second line, but Luke Hughes does much better on the third line, while Quinn does better on the second line, which, you know, we could make those guys interchangeable, but for right now, that's kind of the way it's working. Yeah, so Dobson would be an interesting person to trade possibly because he has lots of value, but he actually, you know what? Yeah, so they both do really well on that second pairing. Although he doesn't even get any more pluses on that second pairing. I bet if we did this... No, that actually doesn't work. Never mind. I was just seeing that Dobson actually, his scheme fits better on that second line. But the fact that he's a two-way means he struggles. Yeah, I really dislike that fact, to be completely honest. Okay, but we are getting ourselves a little bit distracted here. Let's go back to offense. So, we are going to be looking at grabbing Jack Hughes, who is a center, but I don't think we're going to be throwing him on center unless... Yeah, no, PD has 86 face-off, so he's staying where he is. I'm thinking about throwing him on the wing. So, we have to consider which line we're throwing him on. So, Max Domi here does pretty well on the wing here on the left line. He has you can see his first line scheme fit there is pretty good. Now Podkozen is left and right wing. And he actually does better on that second line. Just trying to think. If I were to throw Podkozen here, and in the future, so Ma is already a playmaker. Oh, yeah, but then we need a playmaker there. But what if we did that? Does Brock Besser have better scheme fit on the first line? He does. So I could have Brock as our first line sniper, and then Petey, and then have Domi taken away, and possibly throwing in Jack Hughes. Would be what I'm thinking. It would be either Domi or Ma that we want to get rid of. So Ma has okay scheme fit on all three, and seeing as we did draft Ma, it would make a lot of sense to hold on to him. We have him 2 more years at his entry level, and Domi, I believe, is just on a 1-year deal, is he not? Or do we have him at a good? We have Domi at a really good 2-way deal, and Domi does, we did this, right, so it would be something like this. And then trading Ma and throwing... Or, although Hoglander is on a absolute beast of a deal, he actually doesn't have great scheme fit for second or third line. So if we look at Hoglander, he's got a crazy deal, but he is in fact maxed out on his You know what? I think we're going to do this. Let's trade Hoglander because he has a massive amount of potential. Ma can get dropped down to that third line, which is actually where he wants to be. It's going to make this third line a +1. Domi can play with Horvat. Or we'll see if Domi wants to play with Petey or Horvat, and we'll see where that goes. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now that we know we are trading Hoglander, it's sad to see you go. He's still doing so good in real life. We're going to try and find a trade for Jack Hughes here. And we are going to do that by using the find trade. Thank you very much. Again, this was J Money Hubart who pointed this out to me. And I totally forgot that I could do this, and it will make life so much easier. So let's go up to New Jersey Devil. I'm actually probably not going to use this trick unless something pops out really nicely. But if you select Jack Hughes and then you press F1, it's going to search for some trades. So here we go. Domi, Dobson, and DeHaan. Absolutely not. Horvat and Dixon. So that means that if we could probably trade Dixon and somebody that they want at max. Okay, there we go. So someone that has max trade potential in Dixon is a possibility. Okay, now Tyler Mars, Hoglander, and Noah Dobson. Okay, so now we know kind of what they want. I'm going to go into edit trade here. And I'm going to take away, unless they don't have anybody we want for Dobson. I'm a little bit scared to trade Dobson. They have PK, Subban, they have Riley. I mean, he's so much, he's a two-way defender anyway, so we're not going to go for Riley. They've got this Sundin guy, but we're not going to go for you. Really, they are in desperate need of defense, aren't they? Let's take a look at their defense in general. What do they got? Riley, Subban, and then T. Smith, who is 24. He's also a two-way. Okay. I was thinking of possibly going for somebody to replace Dobson from these guys, but it does not seem like that's going to happen. So we're going to take Dobson and Myers off. It looks like the trade value is close. They do want our friend Hoglander there, which makes sense. Let's see if we throw in Dixon here. Is that enough to make it go through? If not, we have other things we can throw in, but it did seem like a max potential, and he is maxed out, if I'm not mistaken. Let's actually just make sure he has similar value to Horvat. Yeah, they have exactly the same value for the most part. So we're going to see if this works for us. Are you going to say yes to this? No, not sufficient at all. So we can probably throw in maybe a second or somebody else that they want. Anybody else a little bit lower down here? No, not really. So let's try a second. Do they want our second? They do want our second. We have 3 firsts, so we are totally fine there. And if everything else is terrible, I'm more than willing to trade Hoglander and one of our higher level firsts. But they are more than willing to accept that trade. We have ourselves just an epic amount of value, and all 3 Hughes brothers. Luke Hughes, Jack Hughes, and Quinn Hughes, welcome to being on the same team of the Vancouver Canucks. This is amazing. Let us go see how these lines come about. Okay, so you're still on the team, but you're scratched. Is that true? Let's see. Yes, he's scratched. Jack Hughes, sub in all lines, +1. Now, does that change anything? It does not. So I am going to put Jack on this line. He is left-handed, so he should be okay on that line. That is pretty epic. We're sure that doesn't do anything, eh? Not really. Okay, so I'm going to throw that down there. And then Ma's been dropped down to the third line, so we're getting +1 on all 3 of these. So it is our centers that are causing our struggle here. They're all two-ways here. But we do have a power forward coming up, which will probably mean that Domi will be going away, possibly, and we'll be throwing that power forward in that slot. And what will probably happen is that Besser will jump up, Podkozen will move over, and we'll throw that power forward into that second line. By that power forward, I'm talking about our friend down here. Back to edit lines. Who's struggling? Extras? 3-on-3. Max Domi, Besser, lefty, Podkozen. Sure. How about we do Quinn? No, I want to have that be a forward. I understand now. Let's do centers, and that's where Jack Hughes is going to be. So let's give him some more playing time there. Now, I do want to make sure, actually, on special teams that, yeah, something like that. Like, what the hell's going on there? Let's throw Ma in a few places here, because Ma is going to be a little bit mad about... Oh, gosh, no. Apparently, that doesn't work at all. Lind? There we go. At least that's a 0. I'm just thinking about special teams, power play, making sure that Ma is somewhere so that he continues to get a bit of points. I'm thinking maybe up here. Let's see. He's left wing. Ma, get yourself in there. Sure. Now he's going to get himself a little bit of scoring time. Jack Hughes, Domi Gaudette. Let's see if we can possibly... There we go. Getting a +1 there. No, I think it seems like that's kind of the... Well, Petey's giving us pluses everywhere. What if I put Hughes there so that Hughes can be our second line center? Nah, I want Hughes on that wing with Petey. Get all our points up there. Perfect. I love to see it. I think we're going to call that a thing. Well, that is awesome. Hopefully that's going to do some good stuff with us. Let's just see if there's any more garbage that I want to just trade away just to get away. I don't care if it's only centers. I want to go. No, all my skaters. And let's see if there's any garbage I can get rid of. Yeah, there's some definite garbage here. All 3 of you guys. Who wants them? Anybody want any of these guys? You want this guy. Ottawa's like, please give me all I can take. I just need. Let's see if they will give me a 4th for these guys. I highly doubt it. Oh. Well, apparently we could have gone for a 3rd or something there. Who knew? All right. Let's jump around. I believe that I also, at the end of last episode, offered a contract. I'm going to let myself go a little bit here. Let's just get ourselves advancing a day past this. Ooh. Oh, never mind. I have those goalies, but I'm going to use them as trade value in the actual... I'm not going to go in here. No, I'm going to continue simming. I really... Although it does seem like they have fixed the trade deadline day. It doesn't kick you out when you're making trades anymore, which I love to see. All right, let's take a little bit of a drink break while we're waiting for this to sim up. Wow, look at the last 10 for the Avalanche there. Good Lord. 8-1-1. All right, Sim, let's do your thing. I might have to just jump forward a bit here. Nah, come on. Let's do it, guys. Come on, PC. Not PC. Come on, PlayStation. There we go. All right, so Montreal has got a 1st in Ritu, and they've gotten rid of Petrie, D'Angelo. Ooh, that's a pretty big trade, actually. Jones in a 4th round. So it's basically an aging Petrie, D'Angelo, and a 4th. I don't know who Jones is for a 1st. So a pretty big trade there. Did we get ourselves past? Is that all of the trade deadline? Oh, and PD, that's right. That's the contract we sent out. What kind of contract did we even offer him? This is what happens after you've been waiting for 4 days before looking at these things. 10 million? Wow. Good for us, guys. Is there... I just like to know these things. What am I trying to do here? Right, I was pressing the wrong buttons. What's happening? Are you frozen? I want to do all expiring. There we go. Gaudette. Oh, right. And Gaudette was asking for something atrocious, wasn't he? Are you still asking for madness? I mean, 5.5. What is he making right now? 3.7? He's still built off of stat growth. I'm going to wait until the off season. And then everybody else is not huge anyway. Shaw, I wouldn't mind bringing back. Is he asking for something a little bit? I'm going to wait for him to want yes. DeHaan as well. Both of those guys are pretty sick. DeHaan is I believe, my 7th D. And 85, 87, 87 is absolutely amazing. He even has 80 disciplines, so he's not going to be taking a huge amount of penalties. That is a great contract for a 7th D. All right, let's get some simming here, guys. I want to get to the playoffs, if not all the way through the playoffs. So let's see where we get up to here. Let's get all the way down to the end, get through this season, and see how Jack Hughes does with us. All right, starting with a win and a loss. Not terrible. Can we be a little bit more dominant Oh, like apparently not. Love to see. I love it when you make your team better and then you immediately start tanking. EA, your game isn't broken at all. Pesic is on the waivers here. Top 6. Oh, he is 33 now. Right. I always forget how people get older in this game. That also would not be a bad person to have as a 7th D, but I do not need you, my friend. Alexei Volokov has been injured with a injured hamstring. Okay, I guess you were a D. Let's throw somebody else in here. Who do we have as our? Oh, we have nobody as a right D. There we go. Utenin. Yeah, Utenin. Sub on all lines. Look at these defensive pairings. Also, I should have shown you guys the points. I believe that Darlene. Oh, come on, guys. Darlene is absolutely wrecking face down in the AHL right now. Is that a goalie? What's happening? Ah, it's a goalie. Let's throw in this guy. Great. Always nice when you have a half decent backup. What? Come on, you guys. What the hell is going on right now? Right, I was just gonna let my actual guys do the scouting here. There we go. 2 wins. Wow, for such a oh man, come on. For such a terrible month, we've actually jumped ahead in the standings there, which is pretty awesome. All right, let's see, who do we want to throw in down here in scratched. Nygaard. Jump yourself in here, and I'm actually going to throw Mott in as the center because Mott actually is a center there. Yeah, something like that. You are fully healed, my friend. All right. Yeah, I think Darlene's probably mostly built off of stat growth right now because look at his points. He's got 77 points in 66 games. Absolutely wrecking face. And it looks like we've got 68 and 57 games for our Armari X here, who is, how are you looking, my friend? Let's take a look here. Offense 83, puck control, defense 82. He's looking fairly well rounded. His shot is absolutely spectacular. Not a half bad physical category either. He's coming along quite nicely. Right, it was in defense. No, it was the goalie. Right. Are you back? Is that what the problem is? I think that's the problem. Wait, what? Who's what? What just happened? I'm so confused. I thought somebody was injured or something. All right, there's a few more players coming back. It looks like we got ourselves somebody to come play on the 4th line. I'm actually completely forgetting who you were right now for some weird reason. I guess he's just in scratched. Right, Leshekin. There's a name I'm gonna try my hardest never to try and pronounce. Not probably it's my 4th line might be a weak point that I could try, and it looks like Tyler Myers was only slightly injured for a little while. Oh no, that's not true, is it? Was it Tyler Myers that was hurt? Come on, Canucks. 41 wins is not enough for me right now. Ooh, Podkozen is absolutely murdering face though. It does look like we are kind of safe though. Yeah, I think we are going to be safe and just barely sneaking into the playoffs, but I would much prefer for us to be doing a little bit better. If you can, boys, we should be wrecking face completely. Right, Tyler Myers, no, he wasn't actually taken out. For some reason, I thought we had somebody else jumping in on our defense there. All right, boys, come on. Let's make good on this, become that elite team for these last 2 games. I want to get over 90 points, please. Gosh, good Lord. There we go. Got over 90, at least 92. Sure, why not? Ooh, Petey got himself a little bit injured. That would have been scary to have no Petey. Voracek, seriously? Voracek's not that old yet, is he? Oh, look at his potential. Yikes. Man, he decreased hugely so fast. I am so sorry, Voracek. All right, so we have clinched ourselves a playoff spot. Not by much, 92 points. Not as dominant as I would like it to be. So let's just simulate to the end of the season here. Yeah, definitely not as dominant as I would have liked to see at all. Let's take a quick look at the end of the season stats before we jump into the playoffs. Yeah, not horribly good. Our goals for are absolutely amazing. And it looks like our goals against is actually not terrible. Well, actually kind of middle of the pack, to be completely honest. Yeah, middle of the pack. Not terrible, not amazing. Our power play production is pretty good. Almost a quarter. That's actually kind of amazing. We're kind of middle of the pack when it comes to penalty kill. And yeah, not terrible. Not amazing, but not terrible. And yeah, just really was expecting us to do quite a bit better in general here. Let's take a look at the entire league. Where did we finish off here? And also, where did we finish off when it comes to looking at points here, aren't I? What's happening right now? Okay, there we go. Buffalo Sabres. Okay, so apparently Jack Eichel is still wrecking face. This team has been doing amazing for the past few years. Where did we end off here? So we did get into the playoffs. Okay, 12th place. Not terrible. There isn't an insanely tough year. Is there anybody that really shit the bed here? Columbus Blue Jackets did a little bit. No one in the below 60 point range though. So not a huge amount of shit in the bed, but still some lower end teams. So it kind of does seem like the league is kind of going into like kind of that mid range. Not a huge amount of plus 120 guys, and not a huge amount of negative 60 60 point people. So PD Besser only got 88 points in 76 games. So we've got roughly 5-ish players that are a point a game, but PD and Podkozen are obviously wrecking face pretty well out there, which is amazing. 61 goals for Vasily. Wow, that might make him in the conversation. We're going to have to check in just a second. Let's do just defense now, just to see. Quinn Hughes was 61 points, and Luke Hughes, both those brothers are absolutely wrecking face. Obviously, Luke is the goal-scorer in this duo, with Quinn sending out all of those assists everywhere. Love to see it. And then DeHaan and Alex Edler evenly split in the season, it looks like. That's kind of cool to see. Looks like DeHaan was definitely getting more points, but you know, we got to put Edler in there every once in a while, right, guys? And keeping himself at a point 900, he got the wins I wanted out of, and you did not, Mr. Mikey. Mr. Mikey not doing what I'm wanting, unfortunately. Let's take a quick look at player stats throughout the entire league. Oh, right, because we're in the playoffs, it's not going to show us, is it? Well, I could just go to stats here, though, right? I want to see how everything is. Can I do the entire league from here? Yes, I can. Cool. Well, Podkozen was pretty close to being up there. Oh, but look at Mitchoff. He didn't quite make it. Are you second place? No. Cole Caulfield absolutely tearing it up. Podkozen is third in the Rock Richard race. Yikes. How are you looking? 88 overall. Offensive awareness 92. Look at that shot, though. Yeah, there's a reason. There is a reason. And he's a sniper. I wonder how many shots he takes. Let's take a quick look at his shots. 423 shots. I think I made him, which is probably part of the problem. So I made Podkozen and Caulfield, and made players always shoot a lot. I mean, Tyler Seguin taking 300 shots is nothing to sniff at. There's a word I was looking for. I don't know what it was. All right, let's take a quick look at defensemen, see who's going to get that Art Ross. John Carlson absolutely destroying. Quinn Hughes is nowhere to be seen. Your partner in crime, person who's going to be you're against all your career, is in the running, but I think John Carlson, what is he, like 34, 35? Yeah, still wrecking face, which is absolutely lovely to see. Eric Carlson is still trying his best out there. Deline. Okay, Quinn, you're in the top 20. You're not doing terrible, my friend. You got a lot of power play points, actually. I wonder if we can see. Yeah, you're in the conversation for power play points, but both Victor Hedman and Makar are also up there. We're going to see some of these big guys falling off pretty fast here, to be completely honest. How is D'Angelo doing, actually? Let's take a quick look. 84 overall. All right, I mean, that's worth a first. That's definitely worth a first as an offensive defenseman. All right, let's take a quick look at the goalies here, and then we're going to jump into the NHL. Let's do a minimum of 50 games. See who's doing well. Georgiev is absolutely wrecking face. There is just not a lot of plus minuses. I mean, Hellebuck, Hart, Shishkin, Georgiev. Wow, actually, New York lost both of these guys. That's kind of crazy. And then after that, it kind of goes off pretty fast. So Wallstead, as bad as he is, he's actually in the top 15, 20. Well, top 15, 20 is not a good thing to say, to be completely honest. That does mean he's in the lower third of the NHL, to be honest. Not great. Did you at least get yourself a half decent? I mean, it's not terrible, but definitely not good. Wallstead, I want you to get a little better. Let's hopefully he has a big off season. All right, let's get some of this playoff stuff simming, guys. And I don't know how Jack Hughes did at the for our season. We're gonna have to take a look at the end. It will not show you, unfortunately. I'd have to have taken it down before I went. I'm gonna let Utica take care of themselves. Loss in overtime, a win, and a loss. Okay, yes, I know you guys are done. You guys can replace your own players down there. And so we are able to sim ourselves up to this day. Are we gonna hold out? No. All right, I'm just going to continue playing. So this is a make or break here. We're going to actually go in and sim the game here. See, yeah. I'm okay with them both being simmed. Man, these the Coyotes are really getting us here. I was going to go take a look at their line. I'm going to take a look at their lines if I'm able to make it through this. I should have gone in there. All right, let's jump forward a bit here. Simming the period. Both Petey and Podkozen with goalie scoring on Wallstead. What are you doing scoring a goal, goalie? You're the worst. All right, let's sim the second period here. And jumping forward. And Dobson and goalie again. Man, he's got Mikey's number here. All right, let's jump forward here and sim up here. Can we hold ourselves on? Come on, Vancouver. Yes. Vasily jumps in, gets another one on Mashkirkin. Power play. They are absolutely destroying us shot-wise, but Tyler Mott does not care. 5 goals in 20 shots. We totally have Elvis's number here. Are we going to be able to hold on? I do not think they're going to be able to come back from this. This is amazing. Canucks are going to be forcing a game 6 here. Well done, boys. Let's see who got these 3 stars here. 3 stars for us. Petey, Podkozen, and goalie for them. Well, obviously goalie. That makes perfect sense. All right, let's go take a quick look at their lines. I want to see what they look like. They still have Keller and whatnot. Let's take a look at view lines of the Coyotes. Who are we facing, and why do they have our number so well? Why do they have... These guys have great center depth, but not much going on elsewhere. All right, I'm looking for Coyotes, please. Goalie. Lead first line. Great defensively. Oh, 99 passing. 99 passing for 89 offensive awareness. Not great, but he's only 22, so he's going to continue to get better. And then Keller and Fisher, Schwartz, Eric Hula, Stranges. I always forget about this guy. Look at his defensively. And offensive. Look at the offensive numbers. To that passing, though. Very oddly built, but he's a cool guy. And then Jonathan Taves taking it on the 4th line. Love to see it. Making just under $3 million under that contract. Not bad, actually. That's some pretty awesome veteran presence down there. They still have OEL and Chikrin. Yeah, they've got a pretty solid team. Who do they got in net? Hill and Elvis, not bad at all. I understand why they are causing us so much trouble. Particularly with our goalie not being as sharp as it should be. But Petey's obviously leading the way there. Getting a lot of assists. Here is hoping we can do a little bit better here. We're going to have to keep on slow simming here until we get out. Can we force a game 7? That is the question here. Let us see if this is the case. Yeah. I don't mind if it's both of them. Come on, boys. We made it to the Stanley Cup final last year. We cannot be bumped in the first period. That would be absolutely terrible. First period, Cole Lynn, 3rd line menace, scores on Elvis. Awesome to see. And the second period, it is 1-0 for Vancouver going into the 3rd. Come on, boys. Let's do this. Fisher comes back immediately and scores. Hate to see it. Come on, boys. Hold on, hold on. Oh no, Schwartz comes out and scores a goal. Come on, power play. Come on, boys. We are being outshot by a huge amount. Come on, boys. Come on. You can do it, please. Please. Oh no, our playoff dreams are absolutely stymied. Oh, I hate to see it. Hate to see it completely. Oh man. Well, one more season without a cup. One more season going in to the draft here. So we're only at 30 minutes, so I think I am going to do the draft as well, just to get it out of the way. Oh dear. Well, let's take a quick look at contracts before we jump to the draft, just to see if there's anything we can take care of in the off season here. All expiring. Does anybody want to say yes? Gaudette, you're back down to an 82. What are you talking about, dude? Now, if I go longer, 7 years would take him up to an 80 to 85. 6 years. Now, this is actually a contract that I would not scoff at. Let's take a quick look here. Calculator. 3.275 times 0.85 equals 2.8 basically for 6 years. Now that is good. It's going to bring him up till he is 34. Not too shabby. Will he accept? I'm going to bump it up to 2.85. If he takes that contract, I am going to be dancing in the streets. That is absolutely amazing. There's no one else here that I particularly care about. So I'm going to leave everybody else, but I do want to see if I can get Gaudette to that. I know I went all the way here for really no reason. I could have waited until the end. There's nobody else expiring in the goalies. So let's just see if Gaudette will accept that. And let's just do a quick... We're not going to be doing too crazy much in the draft. So let's see where our two... And Gaudette's coming on board. That's amazing. Let's see where those two amazing draft picks, if those lottery picks made it into the lottery. I didn't actually not check where those two teams got to. Yeah, I'm not even going to look. I'm going into this draft completely blind. I know it's a little bit less micromanagey than maybe some of you guys want, but I think for this round, this season, I just want to get this draft over with. Jonathan Deline has been injured. There must be still going strong down there in the AHL. Love to see it. And the Stanley Cup champions are the Chicago Blackhawks. Really? And Ontario Reign. All right, our salary cap has gone up just a wee bit. All right, so Vancouver has been jumped from 1st to 4th. Oh, heartbreak. Columbus lost, went to the bottom of the NHL. Wow. Wow. Well, that would have been sick, but we got totally screwed by the 7th, 9th, and 8th. Well, I guess we're going to have to see who we are able to get here. So there was this Del Zotto. What are you, Del Zotto? You are a franchise-ready, similar to Wayne Gretzky. You are a, what are you? We have an unknown player type, probably a sniper, NHL ready, dump carry. I mean... Okay, so we have the 4th round pick, which is a 2-way forward, so probably not someone that we want. There's a high top 6 here. You're 3 years away, so we probably don't want you. We have a defensive defenseman. Shutdown ability, heavy mobility, 200, 6'1", NHL ready, like Vlasic. I think that's who we're probably going to go with. So I'm probably going to try to move up to this, like Mikko Koivu. That's interesting. I'm probably going to try to move up to the 2nd overall pick here and try and get this defensive defenseman to play with one of the Hughes brothers. I think is what I want to do. I'm going to trade up to the 2nd because he does have, like, he's central scouting is saying he's going to go 3rd. So his previous central scouting ranking, but the scout rank is 2nd. So I'm a little bit scared that he might be taken off the board. I can also see who this guy is going to go at. And then in our 10th range, we've got an unknown in Gunther. We've got a few unknowns, so we're going to have to take a look to see who these guys are. Let's take a look to see if we have any steals coming. We do have a steal, and we've already pinned him. And I've got you pinned, but I don't want you anymore. Oh, never mind. You just have a star. Never mind. Okay, anybody other steals? We can probably try for this guy. I guess you get Hines here. He's pinned. Medium elite. That guy's actually called Vlasic. Do we have any low elites that the scouts have just gotten? Yes, we do. He's in 40. Love to see it. You're at 50, so let's pin you. Pin you. I'm going to pin even though you have a 3-star. And then any top 6s that have made their way elsewhere. Absolutely. We got this guy and this guy. A few of these top 6s, actually. That's amazing. Even at 122. Love to see it. And then what about low top 6s? Possibly. Let's just pin these guys anyway. There's chances that they will turn into something. At 16, nah, we don't really have much there. Okay, let's jump into it here then. Send me to the draft. I want to try to get up to that 2nd overall, going from the 4th to the 2nd. Man, the fact that we lose out on that franchise player. I mean, if they want to get rid of it, there is a chance that they want to get rid of it. All right, Bergevin calls it quits. 1,200 points, 1,400 game played. Not a bad season. I mean, not a bad career at all for our new captain, the Boston Bruins. He actually retired on the LA Kings, and I'm assuming the Kopitar also. Oh no, he was on St. Louis. Wow, that's a big switch up there. Anaheim kept Getzlaf his entire career. What a great career for you. Joe Pavelski was on St. Louis as well. Vorak stayed on Philly, I believe, his entire career. I can't remember if Voracek was drafted by Philly or not. And we got a few big D-men there. James Neal, the real deal Neal, retired with almost 400 goals. Come on, you could have made it there. Matt Zuccarello. I really actually would have assumed that Zuccarello would have got more points than that. Bobby Ryan got 1,000 points. Shattenkirk. Wayne Train finally retires at 36. Well, finally, yeah, he's only 36. He probably could have played for a little while longer. Brandon Sutter, the better Sutter, Vancouver Canucks legend. 1,000 games played, good for him. And I think that's about it for our big names. Let's see if there's any big names in the goalie realm. Oh, the King finally retires. 1,000 game. Oh, and Carey Price and Rene Crawford. Wow, that is 4 absolute legends, and then some 2 legendary Red Wings goalies there going away. Anders Nielsen, Canucks legend. Anybody else? That's about it for big guys there. All right, let's get ourselves to this draft. I want to get this draft over with. Did we lose anybody? All the way down to Vancouver and Utica. Utica is losing 1 person. Okay, so we're going to have to grab ourselves a coach at some point. Continue simming. I'm not even going to interview anybody, I don't think. I just don't want to take the time. I want this draft to go by relatively quickly here. All right. So neither of these guys have their picks for sale, I guess you could say. So I'm going to opt out for our franchise forward here. We already have Petey. Our top 6 is kind of set. I'm looking at this pick. Let's see what we can trade for these guys. I'm willing to get rid of both of our goalies. So I want you in there. And let's try with just one of those goalie prospects. Oh, we got rid of him. Oh, I forgot we traded him. Okay, well, we're going to throw Darby in. What else can we put on here that they might be willing to take? Let's see, draft picks. 3rd? We might have to throw ours in there, actually. Let's see if they're willing to trade for this. No. What about if we threw in a 2nd for next year instead? How about that? No. You know what? We do not need this many draft picks. Let's do a 1st for this year and see if we can get a 2nd for this round, because we don't have a 2nd right now. Let's try this. Rejected. How about a second for, how about a third for a few years from now? Really? Just 2 firsts for your first? Really? Wow. Well, I'm not going to trade 2 firsts here. What about if I give up a first from, or a second from 2028? Okay, well, this is going to take a lot, but I'm definitely going to overpay for this bad boy. Let's do a first from 2030. It's a little bit cheesy to do it so far away. Are you serious? Okay, well, you know what? I'm willing to do it. Really? Okay, they hate this idea. What I'm going to do, so 81 overall franchise player. Are they going to take him? They didn't take him. Okay, I want to see if I can get this pick really, really quickly. The 3rd overall pick here, because he is available. Let's say you and you. We'll try with both these first to see if this goes through. Accepted. Okay, so they're not saying they stole from me or anything like that. They were more than willing to trade those 2 picks. Okay, so let's get this defenseman that I was so high on. See where Sterling goes. He is American, which means that he can play him in the AHL next year, but we will probably play him in the NHL. He is 79 overall, 85, 87, 86. Not bad at all. Defensive defenseman, not a huge guy, but he's got a great physical category, decent discipline actually, 86, 84, which is great for a defensive defenseman. I love it. All right, let's see where we get to here. Goes down to a 76 overall, and then 80. Ooh, that was the guy I was actually considering grabbing, so it's great that we did not get this guy. Let's go through the top 10. Ooh. Oh, but he's a 2-way. Great defensive stats. Yeah, not bad at all, but we do not need another 2-way in our system. All right, sim pick here. And sim pick. And we actually are going to be the number 10 here, and I'm probably just going to pick off the board here. Another top 4. All right, what do we have in this general area? The possibility of a 2-way forward. Probably going to say no to you, my friend. Like Max Pacioretty. And that is 3 years, fully known. I'm wondering about this friend from Germany here. Like Matt Zaccarello, center playmaker. I think I'm going to drop myself back for this guy. Now, I could look for some more, but I'm not going to go too crazy here. 85 overall as or 65 overall as an 18-year-old. Not terrible. All right, that's the top 10. I'm just going to jump myself straight forward to the 3rd round and see who in this round. I probably could have even dropped farther because I'm pretty sure there were people I was looking for. We've got ourselves a grinder here. Grit, physical play, 4 years. I think there's no way we can just look away from a grinder. You got to get grinders when they're available. I'm going for it. Top 6 grinder? Low? I don't really care. That's amazing. Going for it. Simming up to, again, pretty far. All right, now we're going to have to make sure that we are actually getting the players that we need to get. I know there was that goalie that I've probably already missed. Oh, no, he's right there. I'm probably going to pick him up right now. Just because he's a mid elite. Another German. Let's grab you, my friend. B. Hines. Only 47 overall, but he possibly will grow. We're going to have to see. They want Ben Hutton. They want to send us Ben Hutton. Just a second, guys. What is Ben Hutton looking like now? That would be pretty hilarious. If we got back Ben Hutton, 32 years old, 2-way defender. Oh, absolutely trash garbage stats. He hasn't even been on the team for a while, and they still have him in the Canucks jersey, which is kind of hilarious. He has to have taken a picture with the LA Kings. He has to have. I mean, he's not terrible, but we do not need you. We do not need you, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for not bringing you back. Okay, let's see what we have in this region here. Got a fringe starter and right there a medium top 6 without even checking. Love to see it. 85 overall as a 19-year-old, so low, but there's a little bit of trade value. And you know what? He's got a chance. I didn't press the right button there. He's got a small chance. Small chance is a chance. All right, into the, what round is it? 5th round here? I think, well, without, again, out even looking, absolutely, Mr. McCormick. A medium top 4, not going to say no to that. How old are you, my friend? 18 years old. Welcome to the team, my friend. McCormick, is that what your name was? McCormick? Sure. All right. All right, anything jumping out here? There's a high fringe starter that I could go for. A fairly high, low top 4. Feeling like I'm intrigued by this high here. Sure. Why not, right? The intriguing maybe backfired just a little bit, but he's probably worth a 4th or a 5th. And then we just have three ticks towards a low top 6, which means he's probably a low top 9. He's Swiss, 19 years old. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Low top 9, figured. But he is 19, so 61 overall is not nothing to sneeze at. And I'm thinking that this is probably one of my last picks there. Let's take a look using just Potential Finder. Low elite. Picking you up, my friend. Absolutely. Steal of a deal. I believe... Oh, no, I have one more 7th round pick, apparently. Anything else? You guys want... No. If he's only worth a 7th, I do not want him. Let's just put it that way. Let's see if there's any gems left. I highly doubt there is. Nope. So let's just go off potential then. I don't know what they simulate there. I guess just German. Jaden German? A Canadian German here. Let's see what this Canadian German looks like. A low top grinder, though. Low top 6 grinder? That's the second low top 6 grinder I've got in this draft. I am not going to say no to that. That was an absolute fantastic... We got Bootland. This is how little I've been looking at this. We got Bootland here. That's amazing. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I am quite intrigued by names here. Oh, we should re-sign coaches here. Anybody that we want to re-sign. All right, so you are an assistant coach. And we don't have a goalie coach. So you need to be re-signed. I think we probably want you here. Let's just give you a little bit of a boost there. And you know what? I'm actually going to keep you. Oops. Wait, just a second. Associate. So I'm going to leave that as is. I'm just going to leave everything. Bump his money so that he says yes. Hopefully he will be here. And then I can't even look for new coaches, but we need a goalie coach in the AHL. Is that true? I could also... Well, we could look at coaches maybe in the new year. We have a bunch of scouts that need to be re-signed. I'm going to do this right now, and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, hopefully everybody comes back there. We have 3 skaters about to become restricted free agents. No goalies are entering RFA, and all of that jazz. Okay, let's take a quick look at our contract situation, and then we will call it quits for the episode. So Luke Hughes is coming up on his contract year. He's going to cost us a wee bit of cash. We have basically 15 mil in space, though. So I'd have no doubts that we're going to be able to pay him what he deserves. Noah Dobson's probably going to ask for similar to what he is right now. So it shouldn't be too big. Although Ma is going to be looking for a pretty big pay raise. All right, so Dahan here does not want a contract. I'm going to pay you a little bit extra to keep you because you're not bad. Will you come back for 3.5? And then the question is, so Shaw, probably going to leave that as is. Sveshnikov, I think your time is up, Sveshnikov. You, my friend, are an RFA. You do want to come back. You're not a bad person to have on contract. So you know what? That's fine. Alex Edler, 39 overall, exact 7th D, which is probably what he's going to be paid. What would you want to come back? How about 1 year, 1.5? And Nygaard. All right, I think those are going to be... No, I'm going to release you here. And I'm also going to... Wait, what, how does Nygaard match up? He was kind of my depth person. Absolutely trash garbage. You're out of here, my friend. Released. I think that's probably... We're going to have to go through and sign some of these guys. You're gone. And Hutton, yeah, we can sign this guy. I know I said I was gonna be done, and then I immediately go in here and I start signing people. I know. All right. We will see what all those guys think when we come back for the next episode, guys. I feel like that is a half decent spot to leave it. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you then. Bye, everybody.